back, ladies and gents. I know it's been quite some time since I last uploaded. The main reason for that is I've been quite busy. Even if you've seen last year, December, I didn't post out the entire of December because usually I get extremely busy between November and Jan, so that's the reason for not posting. And then it's also I've been working on something cool for you guys. I was hoping that would have been out by December, but it's taking a little bit longer than expected, so just stay tuned for that. And that's another reason why I haven't been posting. I've been investing a lot of time into that, so I hope you guys appreciate that once it's finally out. But in today's episode, I just want to give the car a quick oil change, and then also I want to see if I can lower the car a bit more just to see how it looks if it's leveled and without the nosedive for like a stance look. We're gonna do that first, and then hopefully Jason, a friend of mine, I think you've seen him in the previous video, the guy with the Polo, he's coming along. He's got a Mk1 also, but he's contemplating selling it, and he has a set of wheels that we might swap for the set of steelies that I've still got. Hopefully he comes through today and we can see if that fits and sorts out that main issue that has been keeping me off from the track. The whole front wheel and spacer issue, the offset with the CTI wheel and the coilovers. Hopefully that will sort it out. But yeah, first things first, let's get the oil change done and see if we can get the car a little bit lower. You can see the front is quite low. I can't even get a finger gap in there, so I don't know if I'm gonna go any lower, or I'll see how low I can go. I just don't want the tire to hit the fender and damage the fender, but that's what we're working with the front. The car is extremely dirty, don't mind that. But the rear, as you can see, the rear is quite high still. I can fit three fingers in the gap over here. But before we get to that, I'm just gonna put the car on the lift quickly and then do a quick oil change. So we're just doing an oil change. I'll be using the Shell Helix 15W40, and then I got the original oil filter from Exclusive. I like using the original, and as you can see it's only 75 Rand from Exclusive, which is fairly cheap for an original part. So yeah, I got that, and then also always change the sump plug and the sump plug washer. It's like 30 Rand for this, so you might as well. I'm sure you guys are well aware, but for those who are not, it's just a 19 spanner that you need over here, and then you've got the oil filter over there. This isn't the original oil filter. This was when they did the dyno and we had an incident with the oil leak, so they did an oil change and they put this, I think it's a GUD oil filter on here, so that's why the original one isn't on there. I haven't changed it since, and that's why I'm doing the oil change now. So just bear in mind that once you loosen this, a little bit of oil will run down there, so you just want to have a catch can or something to catch the oil that rains down. It will leak from there, and then obviously you can use the same one that you use for when you drain the oil over here. And then like I said, I like to replace the sump plug and the washer every time I do an oil change. One quick tip, when you're draining the oil, just make sure that the car is hot or the oil is warm. It drains much better if it is warm compared to draining the oil when it's cold. So just bear that in mind if you're going to change the oil. Yesterday I finished up the service, started it up, just checked the oil level, everything is good, no oil leaks. I also tightened the sump. There was a slight leak before I did that, so I just tightened up the sump and it seemed to be fine now. I didn't manage to get to the rear, so I'm going to tackle that today. But before we lower the rear, I'm going to show you what Jason brought. He managed to bring me the tires, well, the wheels and tires, and I'll show you now what we're working with. So this is the new wheel that we'll be working with. Well, not new, second hand, but we'll obviously refurb it, get it looking new again. It's actually, to be honest, it's not my favorite wheel. I don't really like it, but I think it could work. I'm just going to be using it as a racing wheel. I'll just be using it to and from the track. I've got a set of 4, so I want to put on 2 normal tires for driving it up to Killarney, and then once we're at Killarney, I'll swap into the semi-slicks and get a set of Toyos for that, but that's in the future. First we need to get it in some decent condition. It needs a lot of work. I'm still deciding on what color. Comment down below what color you guys think. I don't really like this color scheme, like the black with this lip over here, so I'm probably gonna do the entire thing one color, probably white or black. I don't know, even silver could work, same color as the CTIs, so we'll see. Comment down below what you guys think would be a good color to go with. It's not everyone's cup of tea. To be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of this wheel, but I think we can make it work, especially if we go a nice color with it and a semi-slick tire on it. It might give it a nice racy look, but we'll see how it goes. For now, we'll make do with what we got. So we got this. I just have to clean it up. Hopefully it fits. If it works, it works. We'll make it look more presentable, and then yeah, I can get onto the track without spending extra money on a brand new set of wheels. I obviously still need to get tires for the car, for the 15s, because those 15s are shot. But I mean, yeah, let's see in the next episode if it actually fits and gets rid of our issue with the offset on the CTI wheel. I'll just put it up next to the car, see if I can get a decent view of it. I don't want to get too close, don't have it over there. I want to show you guys how it looks, but this angle doesn't really work. I don't have enough space with the camera over here, so we're going to drop the back. Once that's done, I'll pull the car out a bit and then I'll show you guys how it looks. This is the rear. As you can see, we still got quite a bit that we can adjust down, so I'm going to take it a bit, maybe halfway from this, and then see how much that drops the rear. And then in the front, we still got a lot to play with to drop the front, and you saw how low the front is already. So I think I'm going to leave the front because it is already quite low, but you can see we still got a lot that we can take it down in front. I just finished adjusting the rear. I didn't do the front because obviously it is quite low in front already, and also I didn't still want to deal with the whole issue of trying to align it and all that with the spacer and struggle with that. We can maybe adjust it once we fit the momos on, but for now the rear is done. Just gonna tighten everything up and then we'll see. I don't know how low it is. I just took it by eye and we'll see. So I'm not sure if it's too low or if it's still quite high, but I guess that's part of adjusting your coilovers. You never know exactly how high or how low it is, but we'll see. Another reason I actually wanted to do this is to see if there was a difference in drive, because it was adjusted with the tension on the helper spring, like completely tensioned, so the rear had a lot of bounce in. So I wanted to see if this makes any difference with slightly less tension on the helper spring. I know you guys say I have to remove that I will probably do eventually, so I'll just see if this makes any difference with removing some tension on that helper spring, and if there'll be a little less or a little more bounce in the rear. This is what we're working with now. It didn't really go down that much. It actually only went down by a finger. Remember, it was like 3 fingers, and now we're sitting at 2 fingers. So yeah, that's the thing with the adjusting of the coilovers. You can never adjust it right on the first time. It's always up, down to get to the perfect fitment, and to be honest, I didn't really feel like putting it up on the lifter and taking all the wheels off and doing the whole thing again. The main thing that I was concerned was getting some tension off of that helper spring, and that's what I did. So I just want to see if it makes any difference. If it does, and then we'll definitely be removing the helpers. But for now, it went down a little bit. Still got a little bit of a nosedive, but the rear did go down ever so slightly. I'm gonna take it for a drive quick and then see if there's any difference in the way the car drives.
A few inches later.
That wasn't good. I reversed it now and I went in at the wrong angle, and I think I almost took my whole entire lip off. Okay, it's not any damage. I think it survived. I got such a fright reversing in. I didn't go in at the big enough angle and it scraped as I came in. It sounded like I took the whole bumper off. That was close. I feel like it's only a matter of time that let's not jinx it, but I feel like there's eventually it's going to scrape and damage the lip, but for now we're good. No damage. It also takes a lot of damage on the mud flaps when I go over speed bumps and stuff like that, so maybe that sound was from the mud flaps. If you check over here on the mud flap, it scrapes a bit, especially when you go over speed bumps. I'd be lying if I said there's any significant difference in the way the car drives, but bearing in mind I didn't take it up that much, and a lot of you guys have recommended me removing the helpers, so like I said, we probably will eventually do that, but for now I think I'm happy. That's it for this week's episode. The schedule probably won't be as consistent as it has been in the previous seasons. Probably till end of Jan. I'll try and upload as much as I can throughout this December holidays. But yeah, hopefully the wheels fit. We'll see that in the next episode. Fingers crossed that it works out. Hope you guys are having a good, safe festive. Be safe out there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and elevate. Peace.
Back on deck on my fly back. Really on my pay some respect to my mindset. Head blowing smoke, catch a contact.